morning, Fit Friends. I am in my car in the parking garage. I'm waiting to go to a running event. Fleet Feet is doing a shakeout run for the Boulder race. I'm not racing, but everybody was invited to the shakeout run. There's going to be On Cloud shoe demo and Shokz, so I'm really excited to try both. It's going to be like a little 3-mile run where you can test the shoes and try the headphones out. So I am going to bring you guys along for that and give you my thoughts on the Shokz headphones and hopefully some pretty cool shoes.
This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now.
Okay, we are back in the car. I have freshened up a little bit and am all done with the run, and I have some thoughts. I will start with the shoes. The shoes that I got to try on were the On Cloud Monster Hyper Light Spray. I had to memorize that. I have some footage of running in them and took a cool little video of wearing them on my feet. They were super interesting. I personally like a lower to the ground shoe, and this was definitely not that. They are very tall, very chunky, very bouncy. They're interesting to put on as well. They're not the easiest shoe to put on. They don't have any laces, so I almost feel like, I don't know if you've ever used like a shoe horn to put like a dress shoe on or something. I almost felt like I was gonna need one. I had to kind of really like open the back and then kind of jam my foot in, and then like some of the other people that were putting the shoes on too, I kind of noticed they were having the same issue of like actually getting the shoe on the foot. But once it was on, it was super comfortable. I did it true to size. I wear size 9 in running shoes. I liked it on the run. It was super fun. It was bouncy. A lot of, give, moved really well. I didn't love it so much on the downhill. During our run, we definitely had a couple of steep hills, and I like to be able to go fast downhill. That's one of my favorite things. And I didn't feel super confident going full speed downhill in them because of the height. I just was kind of finding myself being a little bit more careful than I like to be. It was a fun shoe. The colors are awesome. It's interesting, the way that the top is almost kind of translucent, so you can see your socks through it, which is kind of cool and kind of, I don't know, if you care like how it looks on your foot or like how it matches or any of that kind of stuff, then, it could eventually, I guess, be an issue. But overall, it was a fun shoe. It's not the shoe for me, but if you like a tall shoe, if you like a lot of height, if you like a super bounce, it might be for you. I will link the shoe below. They just let us try them out for free, so I'm not affiliated or any of that kind of stuff, but it's always cool to have a link. The thing I'm most excited to talk about is the Shokz headphones. I got to try on the Shokz Open Run Pro 2. I have some pictures of holding it, or some videos of it holding it and then wearing it on the run and how it felt. I wore the standard size on the run just to see how it was, but they brought the standards and the minis. I cannot say enough good things about these headphones. First of all, they connected immediately to my phone. Sometimes it can be annoying when you're trying to pair a new device with your Bluetooth or, with your phone or whatever. No problems at all. Paired immediately. The sound was incredible. It's almost like you're surrounded by the music, if that makes sense, or whatever it is that you're listening to, if you listen to a podcast or like whatever, but I just put music on to test it. And from the minute that I put them on, they were so comfortable. I had no issues at all with like the way that they hook around the ear. It wasn't too tight. Some things that hook on the ear have bothered me before, like they rub or they irritate, and these did not do that. I wore them for a 3-mile run, so I feel like that's a pretty decent amount of time to see how you feel. It was warm, so I did sweat. and they didn't slip or get irritated with sweat. I have currently just a pair of like cheap headphones that I wear that are like go in your ear, and that I would say is my biggest problem with them, is when I'm sweating, I can like start to feel it in my ear and it's like disgusting. So this is awesome. I also loved how I could hear everything and my music. It didn't feel like it was competing. I could hear bikes. There's a lot of bikes on the trail that we run. I could hear people walking their dog. I could hear people talking. I could hear if somebody was behind me or beside me. I could hear footsteps, everything. I really like that. I run alone quite often, so I feel like it's really important safety-wise to have that awareness. I never turn my music up super loud, even when I do wear the ears in headphones. So I feel like this would be an option to hear my music a little bit better and feel a lot more secure in my surroundings. They had multiple colors. I wore the gray, but I love the orange. I have my eye on the orange. But I cannot say good enough things about these. I really think if you're looking for something so that you can still listen to music and still run and feel confident and safe, especially if you're, a woman that runs, you need to look into the Shokz. They were really cool. I will say this. They moved a little bit, but it wasn't annoying or bothersome or anything. It was just kind of like motion with your head. Kind of like how you can feel like your sunglasses move or something sometimes. But they did have minis that they let me try on. And I will say that I feel like the mini was closer to my head. And for like a really long run, I would probably consider the minis instead of the standard size. But that's totally up to you. But I wore the headphones with my sunglasses, and that didn't bother me either. I was really worried about how almost like too many things on your ear at once, like overstimulation vibes, but I did not get that at all. They were super awesome, super lightweight, super easy. I also like how they have, when you take them off and put them together, they're magnetized, so they come together and, just makes them, sit better and like don't like break off or, get hurt or anything like in your car when you toss them off. They were the star of the show for me, absolutely. The shoes were fun, but the Shokz were like, I can't wait to go and buy a pair of my own. I will link those too. I think you can get them pretty much anywhere. I see them at running stores all the time. I've seen them at Sam's Club, Best Buy, anywhere, but I'll just link them wherever. I don't think the Pro 2 are that expensive either. I want to say they're like 100 something, but either way, I definitely think that they might be worth it. But that was a super fun run. I was super excited that I got to try shoes and the headphones. And please let me know if you have tried either of these things, what you think about them. I'd love to hear feedback. And with that, I will see you in the gym or out on a run. Bye!